Welcome to Liverpool fans. Today we've got the latest updates of your beloved club Liverpool. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started. The return of Jurgen Klopp to Anfield has been announced, not in the role of manager, but as a special visitor reconnecting with the club that defined a golden era of his career. The news has stirred deep emotion among Liverpool supporters, not because of tactics or touchline drama, but because of what Klopp represents to the soul of the club. Klopp is expected to visit Anfield in the coming weeks, stepping back into the stadium where he built one of the most iconic Liverpool teams of the modern era. This visit is understood to be personal rather than professional, a moment of reflection rather than responsibility. There are no coaching duties, no advisory role, and no influence over the current technical setup. It is simply Jurgen Klopp coming home. What makes the moment particularly poignant is the timing. Klopp has openly admitted that he missed fully living in the final phase of the legendary Salah, Mane, and Firmino era. While he was there on the touchline, consumed by pressure, expectations, and the relentless demands of elite management, he now feels he never truly paused to absorb what that team meant. The joy, the chemistry, the history they created together passed by in a blur of preparation and responsibility. That front three redefined Liverpool's identity. Mohamed Salah's relentless goals, Sadio Mane's explosive intensity, and Roberto Firmino's selfless brilliance formed a bond that carried Liverpool back to the summit of world football. Under Klopp, they won the Premier League, the Champions League, and restored belief across the city. Yet Klopp now reflects that he lived those years through stress rather than serenity. His return is driven by emotion, not regret, but reflection. He wants to walk through Anfield without the weight of expectation. To sit in the stands, hear the Kop sing. The mood around Liverpool has shifted dramatically following reports that Mohammed Kudus has completed his medical tests ahead of a sensational move to Anfield. What began as quiet interest has now accelerated into what sources describe as the final stages of a carefully planned transfer, with Liverpool moving decisively to secure one of the Premier League's most explosive attackers. Kudus arrived in England under strict confidentiality, with Liverpool keen to avoid the kind of media frenzy that often surrounds marquee signings. The medical was completed smoothly, with club doctors satisfied with both his physical condition and long-term durability. Those close to the process indicate there were no complications, clearing one of the final hurdles before official confirmation. Liverpool's interest in Kudus is not sudden. The recruitment department has tracked him closely since his Ajax days, impressed by his versatility, ball-carrying ability, and composure in high-pressure moments. His performances in the Premier League only strengthened that admiration, particularly his ability to decide games on his own through pace, strength, and intelligent movement between the lines. From Arne Slot's perspective, Kudus represents a profile Liverpool have been missing at times this season. The Reds have often dominated possession, but struggled to unlock compact defensive blocks. Kudus offers unpredictability. He can operate wide, drift into central pockets, or make late runs beyond the striker, giving Liverpool a new dimension in the final third. Behind the scenes, Liverpool viewed this deal as strategic rather than reactive. With questions surrounding attacking consistency and creativity, Kudus was identified as a player entering his peak years, already adapted to the league and capable of making an immediate impact. His tactical intelligence also aligns with Slot's positional structure, allowing him freedom without compromising team balance. The player himself is believed to be fully convinced by the project. Liverpool's sporting vision, Champions League ambitions, and long-term squad planning played a major role in his decision. Kudus reportedly sees Anfield as the ideal stage to elevate his career, compete for major honours, and establish himself among Europe's elite attackers. Financially, the deal reflects Liverpool's renewed intent in the market. While not reckless, the club were prepared to act decisively to beat competition and secure a player they believe can transform their attacking unit. Personal terms were agreed swiftly, further underlining how aligned both sides were throughout negotiations. With the medical now completed, attention turns to the final paperwork and official announcement. Inside the club, there is growing excitement about how Kudus will be integrated and the tactical flexibility he brings. For supporters, the sense is clear. Liverpool are not standing still. If confirmed, Kudus' arrival will be more than just another signing. It will be a statement of ambition, signalling Liverpool's determination to evolve, refresh, and reassert themselves at the very top of English and European football. Liverpool's hierarchy are keeping a close eye on the managerial landscape as fresh doubts quietly emerge around Arne Slot's long-term future at Anfield, even though there is no immediate intention to make a change. Behind the scenes, contingency plans are being drawn up, with 4 highly regarded coaches identified should the club decide to act at the end of the season. Slot remains in charge and is not under direct threat. Liverpool's leadership continue to acknowledge the extraordinary achievement of last season, when the Dutchman delivered a Premier League title in his debut campaign. However, the current season has been far more turbulent. The Reds sit 4th in the table, already 14 points behind leaders Arsenal, and the campaign has been defined by inconsistency rather than dominance. A damaging mid-season collapse placed Slot under intense scrutiny. Liverpool suffered 9 defeats in 12 matches across all competitions, a run described internally as one of the darkest spells in more than 7 decades. While recent results show signs of recovery, including draws against Leeds United, Fulham and Arsenal, performances have often lacked fluency, intensity and conviction. The sense around the club is that stability has returned, but belief has not fully followed. Slot has not hidden from the criticism. He has publicly pointed to injuries, recurring problems from set pieces, and the difficulty of evolving a squad shaped by Jurgen Klopp's relentless style. Internally, his honesty is respected, but there is also recognition that Liverpool's standards leave little margin for prolonged decline. Contract extension talks, once expected to be routine, have now been paused until a full end-of-season review is completed. Despite this, Fenway Sports Group and sporting director Richard Hughes still value Slot's tactical intelligence and calm leadership. Sources insist his position is secure for now, with no appetite for a mid-season dismissal. Champions League qualification remains attainable, and a strong finish could still reshape the narrative entirely. Nevertheless, Liverpool are preparing for every outcome. Oliver Glasner is one name under serious consideration. His work at Crystal Palace has earned widespread praise, particularly his ability to organise disciplined teams and deliver success with limited resources. His FA Cup triumph last season only strengthened his reputation, though competition from Manchester United could complicate any approach. Roberto De Zerbi also remains admired. His footballing philosophy, rooted in possession and structured build-up, fits Liverpool's evolving identity. His previous Premier League experience